UTRGV-TV is brought to you in part by Information Technology. For more information, visit utrgv.edu/IT.
Welcome, Vaqueros. I'm Yara Aldape.
I'm Ramiro Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us on this week's newscast.
UTRGV-TV starts now. The Palm Valley Church community participated in a global awareness event called Walk for Freedom. The goal is to take a united stance that will turn awareness into action. Our reporter Sara Garcia brings you this story.
Walking for a purpose, wearing black shirts and tape, their silence speaks for those who can't.
So this walk is just to bring awareness to the fact that it happens around the world.
Awareness for victims of human trafficking, not only from other countries, but also from a place we call home.
But it also happens here in the Rio Grande Valley. And so we're taking a stand against that today.
That stand is a 2.5-mile walk for freedom, created to eliminate modern-day slavery, a global reality. Each step illustrating the scary truth that the valley is a gateway for thousands who are smuggled into the U.S. for the purpose of human trafficking.
I just pray that everybody that was here today, people that saw us walking, that their hearts are just opened to the real problem that is here in the RGV. People are not commodities, bodies are not commodities, and they are not for sale. And you can make a difference, and I just want to thank you so much for supporting us today.
While the walkers capture attention, the posters displayed the real truth. In Mission, Sara Garcia, UTRGV-TV.
Halfway through the semester, students are starting to feel the pressure. Eric Guerra reports on the dangers of stress and what you can do to relax.
Short and long-term stress is part of a college student's life.
Stress in small doses can be good for you. I mean, a lot of people need that extra motivation to finish that project or finish that presentation or the final push to do well on a test. And in small doses, stress is okay and can be beneficial because it can make you more productive.
Simple exercise methods, such as lifting weights or playing sports, can help release stress.
Being active for just 30 minutes a day can help you avoid serious health issues we college students don't think about.
So if you're constantly stressed, meaning and then a lot of our student bodies, they're have a job, they're taking full-time classes, they're spread very thin. And so if this is constant and it doesn't let up, meaning that there's no break or no outlet, it's been shown that you are more likely to get diabetes, you're more likely to get high blood pressure, you're more likely to be obese, you're more likely to be depressed.
Finding your own style of releasing stress can lead to a healthier lifestyle, allowing you to take care of those you love. In Edinburgh, Eric Guerra, UTRGV-TV.
Like most regulations, UTRGV smoking policies have found controversy.
Our reporter Fonz Rios brings us the details.
Signs, ordinances, and regulations on smoking on campus keep students debating whether it's a good move to enforce the ban of cigarettes and smoking devices in certain areas of the school. It's been close to a year since the Edinburgh City Council passed an ordinance that prohibits smoking within public areas of the entire city. Not everyone in the UTRGV community is aware that breaking this law can cost them a fine ranging from $200 to $2,000. There are some students who oppose to this regulation, while others don't seem to mind it.
For me personally, it's fine as long as it doesn't disturb anyone, any student who's walking about their day.
Students say that there has not been any management regulating this law.
I agree with it in principle, but at the same time I don't see any enforcement. And I'm a little concerned about being as a vapor. I'm not sure how I'm going to be treated. I know in the Edinburgh smoking ban, they banned vaping along with just regular smoking. So that going to concerns me as well.
For UTRGV-TV, I am Fonz Rios.
This past Tuesday, the Baptist Student Ministry hosted the feeding of the 4,000, an event where the BSM provides free lunch and live music for everybody in the Lawn Chapel.
To every student here at the university, that God loves you and that He wants you to be an excellent student and have a wonderful future.
In addition to the food, music, student leaders and members from local churches came together to pray for students and answer questions.
UTRGV parking is an ongoing issue for students. However, it also impacts locals in the campus area. Daniel Rodriguez has more.
Parking at UTRGV has always been a struggle for students. Many of them have to park in nearby areas to get to class. It has not only been a problem for UTRGV students, but for local residents nearby, it has turned into a nightmare. For Carmela Marmolejo, her home has been a sacred place to raise her family, but as the years go by, the university only grows and her issues have become bigger.
Some of the people can afford to move, and other people have small homes where they're already paid for, and if they have to move out, they couldn't get anything for what the money that they're getting. But there is a problem, and you all need to find places where you can build parking areas.
Even for students, parking is a struggle. Some even park miles just to get to class.
I have to come an hour and a half earlier if I want to get to class on time, and I hate being late.
From residents to students, from businesses to locals, in the area, this is a problem that cannot be fixed. In Edinburgh, UTRGV-TV, Daniel Rodriguez.
The Chinese Language and Cultural Association just celebrated their first year as an organization on October the 10th. This organization has large hosted events, one that took place this past Friday.
There's going to be 2 new classes next semester and the actual minors in development. We've actually started to roll out the study abroad program, and we developed the Chinese Language and Culture Association to support the students that are actually interested or currently studying Mandarin. So that's kind of where the CLCA developed. And as this started to happen, we realized there really was a big interest here on campus to learn Mandarin. And the membership grew, and we realized that we needed to get as much of them involved as possible. This is the next big event that we have taken upon ourselves to actually host. So Mid-Autumn Festival is really important for the Asian culture. It's a time where the families get together and really start to feel like the new year is beginning, the new harvest. You start over. It's a really great message. And we decided to reach out to the different Asian organizations on campus and see if everybody could come together and kind of have this big event and just kind of give praise to the whole culture and really just try to reach out to as many students as possible.
UTRGV is currently working on developing a minor in Asian Studies.
Vaqueros learn from basic steps to the hand switch all the way down to the cuddle wrap. With Hispanic Heritage Month still on play, the Sigma Lambda Beta brought a special guest to teach some bachata moves and relieve some midterm stress for UTRGV students.
It's something that's really good for your body, for your well-being. So just go out there and see if you like it. If you don't like it, well, you've tried it, you know you don't like it. But in the end, I think the scariest part is getting from, your car into a studio. And everybody's really afraid because they say, well, I'm going to look really silly because I don't know how to dance. But that's the whole point of dance lessons. You go, you feel a little uncomfortable at the beginning, and then you learn, and then you're out there dancing with everybody else, having a great time.
For more information, you can visit www.rhythmroomstudio.com.
An award-winning author visited the university to discuss her latest book. Ileana Luna has more details.
In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, Diana Lopez, author of 5 books, presented her latest one, Nothing Up My Sleeve.
So the book features 3 boys who do close-up magic and who decide to compete against each other in a magic competition. And of course, only one person can win. So this puts a real wrench in their friendship.
The magic 8-ball answered both questions with, don't count on it.
Her spark of inspiration came from her family.
I was inspired to write the book by 2 things. First, my 3 nephews who challenged me to write a book about boys because my other books featured girl characters. And they wanted a book for themselves. So I wrote one with them in mind, but also for my husband who loves close-up magic.
This reading was open to the public where you can engage in questions and could even get a signed autograph. Diana also plans on writing more in the near future.
I'm writing another book right now. It's called Lucky Luna, and it's also for young readers.
Reporting for UTRGV-TV in Edinburgh, Ileana Luna.
With 5 games in 6 days, it was a busy day in the world of UTRGV athletics.
That's right, and Daniel Gavan has you covered with the latest Sportscast.
How's it going, guys? It's a new UTRGV Sportscast. It's mid-October. I'm Daniel Gavon, and there was so much UTRGV sports this past week. There were 5 games over the span of 6 days, and because there was so much action, I'm just going to get right to it. There's honestly no time for my shenanigans, which is why I'm doing my UTRGV Sportscast from inside an elevator. Okay, so apparently you can't record in elevators. That is absolutely a travesty. It's 2016. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, let's get started with the sports. First things first, we got to talk about UTRGV volleyball, okay? They had like a historic week. They played 3 games, and they first got started on Tuesday against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It was a big rivalry game. It was the South Texas Showdown. The Islanders are like the White Walkers to UTRGV's Stark family. It's Game of Thrones in the RGV, and a lot was on the line as UTRGV had not beaten Corpus Christi since 2007. But times are changing, okay? UTRGV got the win. The game was absolutely phenomenal. The team split the first 4 sets, only for UTRGV to take the charge, winning the 5th set 15-4. UTRGV stunted a unique offense from Corpus Christi. The Islanders' offense uses a lot of quick sets and speed to make teams uncomfortable, but thanks to senior Alicia Watson, UTRGV succeeded. Watson, who has been an integral part of this program since she stepped on campus many moons ago, was electric. She had 21 kills. That's old enough to vote by 3 years. Trust me, I remember. It's 18. I'm not stupid. Her hitting percentage was over 400%. That's really good. That's like if you got a 200 on your test. That's how good that is. Here's Coach Lowry talking to the team about checking out Stranger Things and Luke Cage on Netflix. The other effective attacker for UTRGV was the notorious RSK, Ragnestein Knudsen. She nearly matched Watson with 20 kills, and throughout the game, Knudsen was dominant, okay? Also, here she is, showcasing her high-level dancing ability. Nevertheless, UTRGV got the win over a team that was one of the best mid-major programs in the country. By the way, I just wanted to thank UTRGV Athletics for a phenomenal opportunity during that game. They, for some reason, let me commentate. And here I am. And by the way, here's just a little snippet of my commentary.
Look, Cotton, it's just going to come down to which of the 2 teams scored the most points. Goal! Go, 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 go!
I just want to clarify, by the way, that was a joke, not me actually doing commentary. On Thursday, the volleyball team continued WAC play. They played Chicago State, and I love giving love to the attackers, but for these highlights, I'm going to give it to the other players to kind of showcase the other skills in the world of volleyball. Alex Ecker and Barbara Silva protected the middle of the court with great blocks, and they've had a phenomenal season in terms of piling up blocking statistics. Silva in particular is having one of the greatest middle blocking seasons for a freshman in school history. The set game was strong, as well as Serbians Tina Sekulic and Dubravka Vukoja helped engineer the offense with well-placed serves. Each of them had 18 assists apiece in the game. 18 plus 18, that's 46 or 30 or 50, I can't even know. And then defensively, libero Fatoumata da Costa was great, putting together dig after dig for UTRGV. Moving on to the last game of the week for UTRGV, it was against UMKC, and kind of like the first game, it was a big one. Here's the skinny, okay? UTRGV had not beaten UMKC since literally the beginning of time. They had never beaten UMKC. They hadn't even won 2 sets over the Kangaroos, but spoiler alert, that kind of like changed. After a close first set that UTRGV won, the team ended up sweeping the Kangaroos, and this is a highly talented UMKC team that specializes attacking the middle of the court with middle hitters that include a transfer from Georgia and the 2014 WAC Player of the Year. But UTRGV got the win thanks to attacks from Ragnestein Knudsen and Bojana Mitrovic. Knudsen continued to make her case for WAC Player of the Year honors with 15 kills, and Bojana Mitrovic had a double-double with 12 kills and 12 digs. And shout out to Bojana, by the way. She had her birthday on Sunday. She turned 7. Just impressive for her to be competing at this level at such a young age. So that wraps up the week for UTRGV. They are still unbeaten at home, 6-0, and they continue their absolutely phenomenal season, improving to 15-7. So again, it was a phenomenal week for UTRGV volleyball, which is why I have a new segment on my Sportscast. It's called One Question with Barbara Krug. Barbara, come in here. Okay, so Barbara Krug is a defensive specialist and an outside hitter for UTRGV volleyball. Again, UTRGV volleyball is 6-0 at home. So Barbara, I have one question for you.
Sure.
What's going on with the honeybees?
Well, I guess honeybees are losing their sweetness due to this bitter world. But the cool thing about them is that out of all insects in this world, they're the only ones that create food that we eat.
They make food like biscuits?
No, like honey.
Well, we'll be back on Nat Geo RGV after this commercial break.
Voting is an important process. It defines us. It awakens us. It defines us. Because our ancestors sacrificed, we must honor them by voting. Vote on season 23 of Dancing with the Stars. You have Lori Hernandez, the U.S. Olympic gymnast on one side, Ryan Gosling, the U.S. Olympian who specializes in peeing and sinks on the other, and Vanilla Ice, who specializes in I don't know. Vote for one of them. You want to wait till next year, you can, on Dancing with the Stars season 24, featuring Little Sebastian from Parks and Rec, featuring political expert Ken Bone, featuring Billy Bush. Actually, no, not featuring Billy Bush. He just canceled. And also featuring a man who will have plenty of free time over the next 2 months, Tony Romo.
Hey guys. I'm gonna give the camera to Barbara Krug, #1 camera person. Okay. And as we kind of continue, the other 2 games were women's soccer. It was actually the last 2 home games for the women's soccer team. They did drop the games because we did say goodbye to 5 seniors. It was very sad, but it was kind of cool to acknowledge what those 5 seniors meant to the program, because with the UTRGV women's soccer team, you're talking about a team that was built from the ground up. Literally, with UTRGV also came the women's soccer team, and I want to give thanks to those 5 seniors because I feel like for them they took a real sacrifice. You know, fans of UTRGV sports have real reason to be optimistic about so many different programs, including this one, and it's thanks to those seniors. Thanks to seniors like Maria and Alyssa and Sheridan and Evelyn and Elvia. So thank you guys. And by the way, one last thing I want to shout out is my good buddy Michael Aguilar did a really nice story on Evelyn Powell. The UTRGV athletics people did stories on all the seniors, but check out the story by Evelyn Powell. Here she is with the snapping turtle, and really well done by Michael Aguilar. And I also want to apologize to Michael because the last time I gave him a shout out, I said he was from New York. And I was mistaken. He's not. He was offended. He told me that he was not from New York, and my bad, we have some inside information. Apparently there is a picture of Michael Aguilar in New York. Let's show that. Here he is with Derek Jeter, Pizza Rat, Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z, and Rachel Ray. Well, Michael, apparently you are from New York, so shout out to Michael. Check out his video. He's from New York. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. This was crazy. Thanks to Barbara Krug for helping me out with the camera and being a great interview subject. I'll be back next week, or maybe I won't. Who knows?
That's all we have for you today, but remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know, you can find us on our social media or send us an email to utrgv.tv@gmail.com.
Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.